Fuck it.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Hey, mama. If you are a mom and are tired of the wash, rinse, repeat burnout cycle of motherhood, this podcast is for you. If you feel lonely and isolated in your motherhood journey, this podcast is for you. If you feel like you have completely lost your identity since your babies were born, this podcast is for you. If you feel like every other mom has it together except for you, this podcast is for you. My name is Amanda, and I'm a life coach dedicated to teaching every mom the tools she needs to liberate herself off the back burner. I am living proof that a woman can be present and loving to her kids while also being a whole-ass person outside of being that kid's mom. The secret? Learning when to say fuck it. Hello, everyone. I unintentionally took a 4-week hiatus from podcasting. Oh man, life got crazy really quick. I feel like Halloween was like 2 weeks ago. November literally whipped my ass. I don't know what happened exactly, but we all survived. And here we are. It's December 8th when I'm recording this. Oh my goodness, you guys. I cannot be alone in this. Like, November had to have been a blink of an eye for other people too. Or maybe it was just me. I don't know. But I'm so happy to be sharing this space with you guys again. If you're watching the video, I hope you are appreciating my Dwight pillow right there in the background, being totally creepy. I just decided to not move him because it's funny, and I will always go for the laugh. I didn't make my bed today, so that's why he's sitting on the floor. But whatever, I'm an adult and it's my room and I'll do whatever the fuck I want. And today I did not want to make my bed. Also, if you're watching the video and you don't follow me on social media, I got my nose pierced because I'm an adult and I do what I want. My sister was in town and she wanted to get her helix pierced, and I've been like going back and forth on getting my nose pierced for a while. And so I was just like, fuck it, let's do it. Let's like both get piercings together. And I just, the rationale that I was relating to my sister as we were driving to the tattoo shop to get the piercings was every time you and I decide to do something that we are like, shouldn't really spend this money right now. This is kind of a big deal. Are we being like too spontaneous, there's another word for it, whatever. And we do it anyways. It's always like the best decision. Therefore, I know that this piercing is going to be a good decision. And I love it. I'm happy with it. I think it looks cute. And it's just like, why the fuck not? The thought that kept coming up for me was just like, but I'm a mom. Is it going to look like I'm like trying to reclaim my youth, or just trying to get attention, or just basically that whole like, am I trying to just relive my youth or reclaim it or something? And I just decided that thought was garbage, and I just wanted it. And so I did it, and # no regrets. It actually didn't hurt at all, which was surprising to me. I felt it obviously, but it didn't hurt at all. It wasn't even like uncomfortable, which was so strange. I thought that it was going to, come with some sort of pain. But it really didn't. So that was a lovely surprise. But I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to talk to you guys about, but I had been sitting in this fucking computer chair for way too long, going back and forth and just stewing in my brains. I don't know. And I know myself well enough, and I know my brain well enough to know that was going nowhere. So I decided to just get on here and just start talking. So if some of this is kind of rambly, I apologize. Hang in there with me. I always get to a really great point because that's just what I do. That's how my brain operates. That's what I'm building a business doing, which I had remarked to my sister because she was talking to me about something and I said something in response. And she's like, that is a very interesting thought that you just gave me. And I laughed. I'm just like, yeah, I'm basically just like building a business from just giving interesting thoughts. If you break it down to its very base, that's what I do. And it feels really empowering to just step into that identity. Like I just am a life coach. I don't have to work at it. I don't have to prove myself. Um, it's just very innately who I am and the way that my brain works. And because I continue to work on myself and to further develop myself, I have a very unique perspective. And I have a very unique energy that draws people to me. And that's something that I'm really like learning to accept about myself because it's very different from the self concept that I've had for most of my life. Because I was, I don't want to say peculiar child, but I guess I was a peculiar child. I have always been introverted, still am introverted, which so many people who know me now and who didn't know me, who haven't known me for very long, find it very hard to wrap their minds around that I'm introverted. But I am. I'm an introvert who's gotten really, really, really good at uh, being myself, my full self, my authentic self with people very quickly because I kind of had to. Being an entrepreneur, you got to put yourself out there. You have to be willing to talk to people. And that's just a skill that I have had to develop. So yes, I can come on here. I can go on live on social media. And, when I'm doing that, I'm literally every time just stream of consciousness talking out of my ass, however you want to put it. um, and I'm just able to be myself because of the work that I've done on myself. I'm not running on the programming anymore of worrying about what people are thinking about me. If I'm coming off the wrong way, if I'm offending anybody, if I seem weird or awkward, I just kind of am who I am because I trust that that's enough. And I also like fully believe and know in like the depths of myself that anybody else's opinion of me is just their thoughts. It's just a sentence that's running through their head. And none of us are supposed to be for everybody. There will always be people who think that I'm annoying, think that I'm too loud, think that I'm obnoxious, think that I'm, too whatever, too much in whatever way. And that's fine because you can be the juiciest peach in the world. And there's still going to be people who just don't like peaches. That's fine. It's nothing to do with it doesn't make them a bad person for not liking peaches. And it certainly doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you for being a peach. But also another reason why I am able to just be myself and sit in like full confidence of myself is because I went through something traumatic when I was a teenager. So when I was 15 or 16, I don't remember. I got diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome, which is something where my body attacked itself. And my immune system attacked my nervous system. And there's a myelin sheath around every single nerve. And that myelin sheath got like eaten up in essence, by my immune system that was attacking itself like a fucking idiot. And so it resulted in temporary paralysis. I was temporarily paralyzed from the waist down, and it got into both my arms as well. And it was a year-long recovery. So I was a junior in high school. I had only gotten to go to school for like a week or something, and I was in the hospital, and then I had to be homeschooled for the rest of the year because of the recovery. Because they can like give you medication to stop the progression of it, so that because it can end up in your chest, and like stop your lungs from working and stop your heart from beating, because the nerves are, the messengers that are making all of the systems work. And fortunately, that did not happen to me. It did not get into my chest. But so they gave me the medication to stop the progression of it. But as far as rebuilding that myelin sheath, your body has to do it on its own. It is a very long process. It is an excruciatingly painful process. And yeah, it took me a year to get back to regular life. And after losing that year of my life, and it was a year, it was a very isolating year. Not very many of my friends really were there for me during that time. And I'm not like harboring any bitter feelings or anything against that we're all idiot high schoolers. Um, they didn't know what to do. And I also didn't ask. I didn't advocate for myself and be like, and reach out and be like, hey, this is really hard. Like, can you guys fucking come visit me? um, I didn't do that either. And I take responsibility for that. But it was a really hard year. It was a dark year for me. I definitely was very depressed. Even though at the time I didn't recognize that as depression. And so when I was able to go back to school in person for my senior year, I was done playing small, because as I was saying before, my whole life I had been very much aware that I was different than the other kids. And I was always like categorized as shy, and social interactions were with new people were always very like anxiety ridden for me. And I had always wanted to, well, once I got into high school, I should say, junior high, it started in junior high. I was interested in acting, and singing, but I was always like so nervous about putting myself out there that I didn't really get any roles. I was always ensemble, or I just wouldn't even make the cut, period. And it was just because of my self-concept of like being so scared to put myself out there. But after getting a year of my life stolen from me, I went into my senior year of high school just all the middle fingers up. I was like, I don't give a shit. I no longer give a shit what anybody thinks about me. I am going to live my fucking life. Because I had that wake up call at an early age, and it sucked a lot to go through that. But at the same time, it was such a gift, because most people don't have that wake up call where they're just like, what the fuck have I been doing with my life? Like, I'm just wasting it. I'm pissing it away, just being scared instead of just going for it. You don't get that wake up call until you're, midlife, till you're like in your 40s, and you look back and you realize like, oh my God, what am I doing? I haven't done anything exciting, anything that lights my fire up, because I've just been too fucking scared to try. And I got it when I was 16. What a fucking gift. So yeah, I went into my senior year of high school and I auditioned for shows, and I was getting lead roles left and right. Just because I decided I was done putting myself in a box. I knew that I was good. I knew that I had talent, and I knew that I wanted to do that. That I wanted to act, and I went for it. and I got what I wanted. I went into college and I was a theater major in college before I inevitably dropped out. I have lived so many lives already in my 35 years on this planet. But it all boils down to that lesson that I learned that year of life is too short. You never know what's going to happen. You know, this whole idea that we have any control, it's just not true. There's so precious few things that we actually can control. Um, and at the life is just going to throw curveballs and you're never going to see it. And I had decided I was never going to get caught, not living my life. So I was able to, you know, go to auditions for shows and land the roles that I wanted. I was able to make the decision to drop out because that was the choice that felt right to me in that moment. And I was able to get married when I was 21 and have my first baby when I was 22, move out to Wisconsin, which is so far away from my family. I'm born and raised in Southern California. Um, Able to eventually leave and complete my marriage. Able to go back to school, able to pivot and drop out of school because I needed to go find a job. And I found a job as an accountant, even though I only had 3 years of experience and it was almost a decade old. And that was the only experience that I had on my resume. And the reason why I was able to leave that job and start my business and my company. I'll tell my story and people are just like, wow, you're ballsy. And it's like, yeah, I am. It's also very scary. It's not that I'm immune to um, fear. It's been terrifying. I just am grounded in the truth that no matter what happens, I'll figure it out. And I will not sacrifice living my life for anything because life is too fucking short. You never know when you're going to get some random rare fucking shit that paralyzes you. You never know when you're going to get a diagnosis. You never know when someone that you love is going to die. You never know when you're going to die. So you better get to living now. Living with integrity, living in authenticity of who you are. And if you don't know who you are, that's not a problem. Go fucking figure it out. It's okay. I lost my way along the way. I definitely put myself on the back burner and I was more focused on trying to help my husband at the time and raising my kids. And I totally lost myself. But then I found her again, but not like the old me. I had to find the new version of me. And then I had to work towards being the woman that I wanted to become. And now I have the pleasure of helping other women do that as a life coach. It is the best fucking work in the world to walk other women through their own transformations. I love that I get to do this. Love it. And the only reason why I'm here talking to you, doing this work, living this work, is because my life got stolen from me at the age of 15 and I lost a year of it. And I said, never again. And so if you haven't had a circumstance yet that has forced you to have that reckoning, don't wait for life to put your ass in a bed for a year. Reckon with yourself right now. Are you living your one wild life to the fullest? If not, why? What beliefs are holding you back? What stories have you been telling yourself that you're too shy, that you're too anxious, that you're too introverted, that that's just not who you are? It could never happen. You don't have the time. You don't have the money. You don't have the support. Whatever it is, those are all stories. All stories that I have overcome. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I am so convicted in that. So what are you waiting for? Go live your life to the fullest. Take chances. It's okay. It's okay to take a chance and to fail. That's totally fine if you have your own back. If you're not going to beat yourself up for it, telling yourself horrible, mean things, making you wrong for making the choice to begin with. If you know, no matter what happens, I'm going to figure it out. I'll just pivot. It's not a big deal. Then you have literally nothing to lose and everything to gain. And on that note, if you are ready to make a change in your life, if you are ready to break out of this cycle of stress that comes from being a mom, because you wake up in the morning and you go until you crash at night and you never have any time for yourself. You never have any time to do the things that you love. You don't even know what you like anymore because you've been focused on your kids for so long. You really, really want work-life balance, but can never find the time to actually create it for yourself. Schedule a consultation. It's a free 1-hour consultation. I will listen to your story. I will explain exactly how you got here and the steps that you need to take to start becoming the woman that you want to be. You have nothing to lose and yourself to gain. I love you guys, and I will talk to you next week. Are you living your one wild life to the fullest? You're not? Why the fuck not? What are you waiting for? The time to live is now, mama. Do not wait until your youngest is in college. Let your dreams hire me for an hour so I can explain how I can help you achieve any goal in your life. You've put yourself off long enough. It's time to pour into you. The link to schedule your 60-minute complimentary consultation is in my show notes. Join the community of Fuck It Moms by following me on Instagram and Facebook at Fuck It Mothering. That's fuck without the U. So FCK It Mothering. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you never miss your weekly encouragement. And please rate, review, comment, and share. All of these things help with the algorithms, so that way when other overwhelmed moms are looking for encouragement, they can find me. Every month, I give away one of my favorite books and a Starbucks card to a lucky winner. All you have to do to enter is write a review or tag me in social media when you share an episode. See you next Sunday, gorgeous.